Students, on behalf of Don Bosco PU College, I welcome you all to this online session of classes. Firstly, a heartily welcome to you all. Welcome to Don Bosco family. I would like to congratulate all of you for selecting computer science as your subject, which will be helping you in various aspects of your life. Let me introduce myself to you all. Myself, Mrs. Nazia Nadim. I teach computer science for first PU and second PUC in Don Bosco PU College. So today is our first class, first session. So we will be starting with this chapter called Overview of Computer. In that we will be discussing fundamentals of computers today. Good morning and again welcome you all. Let us start this chapter, Fundamentals of Computers, which is chapter number 1, and today we will be discussing part 1 of Overview of Computers or Fundamentals of Computers chapter. Chapter 1 we will be discussing today, Fundamentals of Computers. So today's class, so we will be discussing the objectives of this class is to understand components, the different components of computers. We will be knowing the history of computer, how exactly computers came into existence and what all changes computers have gone through, that we will be discussing in generation of computers. Let us start with the introduction to computer. So computers were invented as basically the operations performed with the computer was calculations, but present day we can see computers are so versatile that they are used in various fields. Computers were invented to be a aid to the mankind in the field of calculations. Earlier, computers were introduced for the purpose of calculations, but today's computers, they are used for not only for calculation, various other purposes. The versatility of the computers today are given a modern society for information and technology. As computers are so versatile that they are changing and they are used in the big areas of communication, transport, trafficking, industry, government, education, medicine, scientific research, law, social service, and also they are used in arts like music, movies, paintings, gaming, and many other fields. Computers, they are becoming a bondage of reality in meeting the desires of communication and exploring information. The distance of the world is sinking with the utilization of computers. As within a fraction of a second, any person is capable for communicating with another person in any part of the world. So, the distance is sinking. Computers has made it possible. Computers, with the help of email, chatting, online banking, we can also use computers for booking tickets, audio, video, etc. They have changed the medium of communication and the speed of communication between the human beings around the world. Computers can be used for the communication and booking online tickets, online banking services. They are used to send and receive the audios, videos, etc. So they have made the communication easy and fast. So computer literates, the people who study computer science like you and me, so they are placed into different jobs around the world. They have the different good opportunities, career opportunities, workflows around the world. The computer professionals, they get greater opportunity for the jobs and other activities. So this is about the introduction of computers. So let us have or learn the definition of computer. What is a computer? Computer is an electronic machine. What it will do? It will store the data, it recalls the data, and it processes the data. Computer or electronic machines, they perform tasks. The various tasks they perform. How do they perform? They perform according to the instructions given to them with the help of the programs. A computer is defined as computer is an electronic machine which stores, recalls and processes data. To process data or to perform different actions, computers follow the programs or set of instructions stored in computer's memory. So let us see, when you imagine a computer, the first thing the picture comes into your mind is a computer with monitor, mouse, keyboard and CPU. So let us see what we can do with the computers. Using computers, we can do many activities. For example, in a workplace, many people use computers to keep their records, to store data, information, analyze data, to research, to manage different projects. At homes, even we use computers for what? To find some information, to store pictures, musics, to store some financial information. We use computers to play games, and also we use computers to communicate. There are many uses of computers. Basically, a computer is used for the data processing. So, what is data processing? We shall discuss. So, first let us see how a computer works. Imagine your mother has asked you to prepare tea. To prepare tea, you need some ingredients like you require water, you require tea leaves, you require milk, you require sugar. Without this, you will not be able to prepare tea. So, these are the inputs. The process, the preparation of tea is processed by boiling the water, milk with tea leaves by adding sugar and milk. So when you boil, the process of boiling converts the ingredients what you have put, water, milk, sugar, into tea. The output is, the result is tea, what you obtain. So when we categorize this process into three main categories: input, process, output. So similarly, a human activity which is a very general activity which I explained, it also includes three things, that is input, process and output. Similarly, a computer works on input and the inputted data is processed to give the required result. So let us discuss the characteristics of computers. As we know that computers are used in various fields, almost all fields. Let us see what are the different characteristics which makes it so powerful that they are preferred in almost all walks of life. The first characteristics of computer which makes it so powerful is the speed at which it operates. The ability to get the answers in fraction of seconds. A computer operates on electrical pulses which are they work on very high speed. They work not even in seconds or milliseconds, they work in nanoseconds or microseconds or picoseconds. Microseconds means one in the million in the 1 microsecond. Similarly, thousands of one in the million second is called nanoseconds. We were talking about the speed at which a computer operates. Microsecond, so that means it is capable of performing millions of operations in 1 second. Nanosecond, capable of operating thousands of millions of operation in a second. So like this, the computer operates at very high speed to give the results. So the incredible speed of the computer makes it so powerful that it is preferred in all various areas of life. The next characteristics of computer is memory. Human beings also have memory. Likewise, a computer system has a memory unit where we can store the data. So here the data is stored temporarily, and that memory is called RAM. RAM, random access memory. So after processing the data, it has to be stored permanently, and the data is permanently stored in secondary storage devices like hard disk. As I told you, the data is temporarily stored in RAM, which is called primary memory, and after processing, if the data information has to be saved permanently, if it has to be stored permanently, we use secondary storage devices or auxiliary memory. And like we measure, like speed is measured in terms of as the distance is measured in terms of meters, kilometers, miles. Similarly, memory is measured in terms of bits and bytes. The next characteristics of a computer is accuracy. The results we get from a computer is very consistent. That is, the result what we get is more accurate compared to any other device. The next characteristics of computer is versatility. Versatility is computers are not only used for calculations, they can be used for many other purposes. It is capable of doing various tasks, so which makes it so powerful. Then automation. So automation, a computer is much more than a machine or a calculator, all of which require human operators to press necessary key for the operation. Once a program is in the computer memory, the individual instructions have been transferred, and one after the other they are executed. The processor follows these instructions till it meets the last instruction in the program. That means the work is done automatically. Only we have to initiate, we have to start the process. Once we start the process, computer will continue by executing the instruction one after the other till the end. So there is very less human interaction required. Computer will do many work by itself, so automatically. Diligence. As human beings, sometimes we suffer with tiredness, sickness, lack of concentration. We will not be able to do the work repeatedly, so due to headache or many other activities. But computer is a device, it's a machine. A computer does not suffer with tiredness or lack of concentration. 3 million, 4 million, 10 million, whatever calculation you do, you give to a computer, it will do it with the same accuracy and same speed. That is called diligence. Cost effectiveness. Computers reduces the amount of paperwork and human efforts, thus by reducing the cost, processing cost. So these are the characteristics of computers which makes it so powerful that it is preferred in various fields of our day-to-day life. Let us see what is data and information. The term data and information are commonly used in the field of computers. Let us see what the data is. Data is a raw fact, figure, statistics. Data is a collection of unprocessed data, which can be a text, which can be a number, image, audio, video, anything. For example, param 16. 16 is also a data, param is also a data. A data can be a processed, unprocessed item, which can be anything, name of a person, place, age, anything can be a data. It's a raw fact. Whereas information, when data is meaningful or the processed data which gives a meaning, which gives a sense, is called information. The processed data is called information. When a data gives or conveys some meaning, it gives some information for future decision, it is called information. For example, name is Param, age is 16, which makes a sense that somebody's name is Param and he is 16 years old. Whereas just by telling Param and 16, we are not sure as to what is Param and what is 16. Data is a raw fact or it's a unprocessed item, data item, whereas information is processed data. When data is meaningful, we call it as information. So let us see how a computer works. A computer work between hardware and a computers work through an interaction between hardware and software. So hardware is the physical parts like keyboard, mouse, other things. Software which tells the computer to do a task. And software is the programs which are stored in computer's memory. Basically Word, antivirus, Windows, all these are software. Monitor, CPU, keyboard, disk drives, all these are hardware. Let us discuss hardware and software in detail. Let us see what is hardware. So hardware refers to the physical parts of a computer which you can see, which you can use, which you can touch. So hardware refers to the parts of the computer which you can see and touch. So for example, hardware includes monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer and many other things. As you can see on the screen, zip drive, CPU, floppy drive, keyboard, mouse, notebook, printer, video camera, speaker, all these are physical components which make up a computer system, and these physical components are generally referred as hardware of the computer. So next comes the software. So software refers to the instructions or stored programs, so which tells the hardware to do some task. The software is divided into two: system software and application software. System software, it is used by the computer system itself to maintain and manage the different activities and devices. Whereas application software is the programs which are designed for the user, for us to do different tasks. A software include the Google Chrome, it can be Adobe, it can be Office, it can be Internet Explorer, it can be Mozilla, it can be many YouTube. So all these are softwares which are used by the users to do various tasks. So now let us discuss the functional components of a computer. How exactly a computer works. Basically, any computer is used or it is supposed to do the following task. First is accepting, that is inputting, storing, processing and giving output. It accepts the data and programs as input. It stores the accepted data in the storage device. It processes the data according to the instructions and converts it to the useful information, and it outputs the data. Let us see the functional units of a computer. The functional unit of a computer includes input unit, and input unit is connected to the central processing unit. The central processing unit basically has three divisions. One is control unit CU, arithmetic and logic unit, and memory unit or storage unit. Memory unit or storage unit has primary storage and secondary storage, and there is one output information. As data is given as input and information we get it from the output. That is, as I told earlier, unprocessed information is called data. The processed data becomes information. So, data is converted to information using computers. So, let us discuss each unit in detail. First, let us start with the input device. An input device, it's a hardware component. It will allow us to enter data and instructions to the computer. The most commonly used input devices are keyboard, mouse, microphone, scanner, joysticks, webcam. There are so many input devices. These devices allow us to enter the data and instructions to the computer system. Keyboard, mouse, joystick, scanner, web camera, microphone, all these are the various input devices which are commonly used to input various types of information. For example, keyboard, we can use keyboard to input characters, digits and symbols. Whereas webcam can be used to record video and pictures. Similarly, scanner can be used to copy any type of documents. Similarly, voice information can be given as an input to the computer through microphone. So, these are some of the input devices which are commonly used. There are many other which we will be discussing in coming chapters. Let us move on to the next processing unit. Next functional unit, that is CPU, processing unit. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit, which includes internally in the form of arithmetic logic unit ALU, control unit CU and memory unit or storage unit. Let us see what is the job of our central processing unit. CPU is the part of computer which carries out the instructions of a computer program. It is the unit which reads and execute. Execute means running the program. It is also known as the brain of a computer. It takes all the decisions, it performs all the calculations, all the decision making, all the calculations are performed by CPU. CPU in turn, it includes ALU, arithmetic logic unit, and also it includes the control unit. This controls the CPU includes the control unit which controls the different activities of the computer. A CPU consists of arithmetic logic unit and control unit and memory. The CPU controls and coordinates all the actions of the computer. The programs which are provided by the CPU, they provide a set of instructions to follow and perform the specific activities in a computer system. There is a pathway in which the data flows within the computer system or the CPU. It is called bus. CPU consists of storage, memory, arithmetic logic unit and control unit. So this is about the CPU and internally what it has. We will be discussing each of the unit in the detail in the coming chapters. Kindly go through the video, make a notes of the topics what we discuss. Kindly attend a test which will be for 10 marks. Along with this video there will be one questionnaire or the test loaded on the website. Kindly attend the test and check your understandability. Check how much you have understood. Thank you for patience listening. Have a great day ahead. God bless you all. Thank you.